the art of reading people, the mysterious world of body language, and microexpressions.
Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation and felt that the person in front of you was hiding an entirely different story behind their words? That subtle, fleeting expression. The unconscious gestures and micro-movements that slip through the cracks of awareness. These are whispers that tell us far more than the spoken voice. The art of reading people is about unlocking this silent language, this subconscious network of communication. Today, on the Social IQ channel, we embark on our third journey. Our goal is to uncover the secrets behind body language and those micro-expressions that often last less than half a second. We won't just deliver information, we'll give you tools to dive into the hidden layers of someone's true emotions and intentions. Are you ready? Because this journey will make you question everything you thought you knew. Body language, more than gestures, a reading of identity. Body language cannot be reduced to whether someone crosses their arms or makes eye contact. It's a much deeper form of communication, almost like silently reading someone's identity. Our brains pay far more attention to these nonverbal signals, constantly broadcast by the subconscious, than to the carefully chosen words we speak. This is an evolutionary adaptation. Even a person's posture can reveal clues about their confidence, attitude towards situations, and even emotional state. It's not just about standing tall or slouching. The position of the body's center of gravity or the tension in the shoulders can carry deep meaning. Proxemic spatial awareness. The distance people maintain between each other isn't just a measure of space, it also reveals dynamics of power, intimacy, and even perceived threats. For instance, someone unconsciously leaning back in a meeting might be silently signaling withdrawal or discomfort. Equally important is how well gestures align with spoken words. If someone's body language contradicts their words, for example, saying yes, I'm very happy while subtly shaking their head, or if their lips momentarily betray sadness, you've just glimpsed a truth beyond language. And most of the time, these are micro-expressions. Reading expressions isn't about memorizing a handful of cues. It's about understanding the energy and intention a person projects through posture, movement, and space. Micro-expressions prove powerful not only in casual conversations, but also in critical moments like police interrogations, investigations, and legal proceedings where accurate interpretation can be invaluable. So, what can micro-expressions reveal when a suspect sits in an interrogation room? The clues of deception. Someone lying often reveals tiny psychological and physiological reactions. One of the most telling is a fleeting, contradictory micro-expression that slips out while trying to hide their true feelings. For example, someone denying involvement in an event might briefly show fear or disgust.
Or, while saying no, their eyebrows might flick upward in a micro-no expression. Words may lie, but the body often screams the truth. Example, a suspect says, "I wasn't there," yet a flash of surprise or fear flickers in their eyes, or their gaze suddenly shifts away. These cues suggest avoidance and raise doubts about their story. Similarly, someone claiming, "I would never hurt them," may show a momentary flash of anger or hatred, hinting at hidden intentions. Hidden emotions. It's not just lies. Suppressed guilt, regret, fear, anger, or panic can also surface in micro-expressions. An investigator who notices the mismatch between words and facial expressions can uncover far more accurate insights into what really happened. Cognitive load. Lying is mentally exhausting. That mental strain leaks into body language, avoiding eye contact, touching the face or mouth, fidgeting, shifting posture. When combined with fleeting micro-expressions, these are strong signs of concealment. Important note, these observations are not absolute truths. Micro-expressions are indicators, not verdicts. A flash of fear doesn't make someone guilty. It could stem from the stressful atmosphere of interrogation, the techniques used, or past trauma. Context is everything. That's why law enforcement and forensic psychologists undergo specialized training to read these signals more accurately. These insights aren't just useful for catching criminals. They also help in daily life recognizing whether someone is being genuine or whether hidden emotions lie beneath their words. Breaking through that thin veil between speech and true feeling can take your communication to a deeper level. No matter how well people lie or hide their emotions, microexpressions reveal the truth in tiny, involuntary bursts. These are lightning-fast muscular reactions, usually under half a second, escaping subconscious control. As Dr. Paul Ekman's research shows, these expressions echo 6 universal emotions. True joy. More than a smile, it engages the muscles around the eyes, orbicularis oculi, forming crow's feet and lifting the cheeks. A smile only with the mouth is often fake. Surprise. Eyebrows shooting upward, eyes widening, and the mouth briefly forming an O shape. The brain's first reaction to the unexpected. Fear. Eyebrows raised and drawn together, upper eyelids stretched, and lower eyelids tense. Anger. Deeply furrowed brows, narrowed eyes, and lips pressed tightly or drawn into a line. Disgust. Nose wrinkled, upper lip raised, often with the head slightly pulled back, a natural rejection. Sadness. Inner corners of eyebrows raised, eyes cast downward, mouth corners pulled down. Learning to recognize these signals is not about manipulation, it's about empathy, about truly understanding others. Bringing theory into practice. The art of reading people lies in combining observation with context. Job interviews or negotiations, a candidate says, "Yes, I can fully commit to this project," but you notice a fleeting microexpression, a slight eyebrow twitch lasting only 0.1 to 0.5 seconds. It doesn't prove dishonesty, but signals tension between words and feelings. This gives you a chance to explore their concerns and open a deeper dialogue. Deep conversations and relationships. A friend tells you about a difficult experience, smiling as if they're fine, yet a microexpression of stress or sadness crosses their face. That moment invites empathy. Instead of a simple "sorry to hear that," you can respond with, "That must have been really hard. I can't imagine what you felt." Professional interactions. During a presentation, a colleague briefly shows disgust and leans back as you share an idea. This early signal could alert you to address potential issues before they escalate. These signs should never be taken as absolute judgments. They are windows into someone's inner world, an invitation to look deeper. Building the skill. Developing this skill goes far beyond memorizing cues. It's an art and a process of awareness. 1. Establish a baseline. Every person has their own normal. To spot meaningful deviations, first observe their relaxed, everyday behavior. 2. Look for clusters. A single gesture can mislead, but multiple cues together, crossed arms, avoiding eye contact, feet pointing toward the exit, paint a much clearer picture. 3. Remember context. Shaking hands during a stressful presentation means something different than in a casual chat. Context is king. 4. Practice catching microexpressions. They happen in a fraction of a second. Watch people in real life, in movies, in conversations. At first, you'll miss them, but with practice, you'll start noticing these tiny flashes. 5. Self-awareness, the mirror effect. To read others, first understand yourself. Notice your own stress reactions, facial changes, and body language. This self-awareness makes you better at interpreting others. The core principles, empathy and ethics. This journey ultimately rests on empathy and ethics. These skills must never be used to manipulate, but to understand, support, and build genuine connections. When you notice discomfort in someone's body language, don't jump to judgment. Pause and try to understand. Our journey into the art of reading people has shown us that the deepest truths are often hidden in silence. Body language and microexpressions are like subconscious codes, and decoding them gives us an incredible advantage in every aspect of life, building stronger relationships, succeeding professionally, and most importantly, truly understanding people. Now you're ready to start reading this silent language. Observe, think about context, watch for microexpressions, and above all, never let go of empathy. If you found this perspective valuable, please like the video and subscribe for more deep dive analyses. Hit the notification bell so you can join us on our next exploration into the hidden world of human behavior. In our next video, we'll dive into another fascinating dimension of social intelligence. Until then, keep observing the world with conscious eyes and strive to understand people not just by what they say, but by what they show.